Hey, Keelan, you didn't say 2 or 1.
And we're live.
I think
we're live.
You guys need to know something about me, and that I don't like things going over and over again. Like when the kids will, hey mom, hey mom, hey mom. I'm like, stop.
That's why I like to make the same joke to open every show, even though I recognize it's not funny. I apologize. Okay. I know it's not funny, but it's funny
he can
to me.
feel like the frustration in my chest. Like he just knows that's happening.
Keelan, can you throw the comments on for me here?
Yes, I can.
Let me see those comments. All right. So when those start up, I'm going to need to see them. All right. Friends and neighbors, have I got a treat for you? I know you're thinking, oh, I just like to tune in to the old Brandon and Lindsey Have a Podcast Now show in the mornings just because I like to see how handsome Brandon is. Or I just like to look at Lindsey's gun. Show him the guns.
This one?
I know that's why you think you tune in.
This one?
But why you really tune in is for the hard-hitting interviews.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We got them.
And boy, have I got a hard-hitting interview for you right now. Y'all think I'm kidding? Watch this. I got a guest named, I won't tell you his name just yet.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you that this guy is one of the greatest jiu-jitsu players in the history of the world. In the history of the world.
That's a big statement.
There's been very, very few players in the history of jiu-jitsu, in the history of our martial art, that have ever accomplished what this guy has accomplished. And he's done it multiple times.
Okay.
He's a master of the deep half guard.
Okay.
A true master. A master of over-under passing.
Mm-hmm.
The best over-under passer of all time. Number 1.
Okay.
And he's a master of the omoplata. He's one of the nicest human beings I've ever met. And he's about to join us now. Ladies and gentlemen, 6-time world champion, Bernardo Faria.
Yay.
Brandon, really love everything you said, but not 6 times. I actually won 5. So.
Oh, you only won 5?
Yeah.
What a loser. Hey, can we maybe get a different guest in here? Can we get somebody else?
Only 5.
This is not going to work. This is not going to work for me. This is not good. Well, I guess
we are
let's
very
get started with the questions then.
We're very excited to have you here.
I'm pumped. I've been pumped all week, man. I've been telling everybody, oh my gosh, I'm having Bernardo on the show. Huge honor for me. It's a huge honor.
Yeah, it is a huge honor for me to be here. I'm super excited to be here too. And I have been following everything you are doing online and the podcast, and I love everything you do. So I'm very happy to be here.
And tell them how we started messaging each other back and forth here recently. TikTok. Bernardo's new on TikTok.
Yeah.
What's the plan on TikTok, man? Are you going to try to blow it up for BJJ Fanatics or for your personal brand or what?
Yeah, no, I see that as a new channel that is growing, right? And I'm not there, so I always try to be on every channel. And I always try to share Jiu-Jitsu on as many platforms as we can. So I wasn't there, so I was like, I gotta build a TikTok, and I'm failing on building the TikTok because I only have like 60 followers or so.
So far, but we're gonna add some right now. So anybody listening to this, where can they follow you on TikTok?
Yes, I have been posting videos there that gets like 10 views, 15 views. I was like, what the hell is going on here?
What's your username on TikTok?
I think it's Bernardo Faria, BJJ Fanatics.
Okay, y'all got it.
Yep.
I'll jump in there and follow my man Bernardo so he can build his TikTok. So he didn't have 60 followers anymore.
Yeah.
He can get 30 likes.
Two after the.
Yeah. Oh, with our huge audience, you're liable to hit 70, bro. All right. I got some hard-hitting questions, Bernardo. Let's get right to it.
There we go.
All right. So first things first, we want to have a Bernardo impression contest. So what I need you to do is give us your best and most boisterous, huge honor for me. Hey guys, huge honor for me to be here. Whatever, and then we got it. Me and Lindsey and Keelan are gonna have a contest, and then you get to pick the winner.
Okay.
All right. Keelan. Oh yeah, Keelan. Say hi, Keelan.
Hello, everybody.
Keelan's the producer. He's he's hiding over there, running the show.
So does Keelan have a camera? Are we going to be able to see his?
He's gonna come over here and
gestures?
do it.
Okay.
All right.
I didn't know this was happening either, Keelan. Like,
Yeah, I told you they were hard hitting questions there. All right. All right. So give us your number one most boisterous. Ready, Bernardo? Go.
My one. Okay, guys, I'm here today for Brandon McCurry. It's a huge honor for me.
Okay, perfect. All right. You got it, Keelan?
I'm definitely not going first.
okay, I'll go first.
Okay.
It's a huge honor for me.
That was terrible. That was terrible. That was one of the worst impressions of all time.
And
I went first.
You embarrassed me in front of the nine-time world champion.
I saw many mistakes there, Lindsey. I'm gonna kick you after that.
As a black
Aw,
belt.
It's like Bernardo already trains at our gym. Like, it's,
All right, Keelan. You got to come on
All
camera.
right, you got to
though.
come take my spot.
She tried to get it going with the hand motions there. I appreciate that but you got to give it on a scale of 1 to 10. What do you give that one, Bernardo? Honestly,
2.
maybe
that was not very good, Brandon. I would give 2 or 3.
All right, Keelan, you're on.
Man.
You got to say, "Hey guys, I'm here with Brandon McCatherine. It's a huge honor for me."
Hey guys, I'm here with Brandon McCatherine. It's a huge honor for me.
Oh, I like you had the me at the end. That was good.
I gotta be honest. That was the first time I've tried to impersonate him.
That was not bad.
Well, me too.
But you guys are missing some very important principles.
wait for old B Mac though.
I'm
All right.
I'm gonna teach you your lesson here after.
Okay. All right. Okay, guys, I'm here with Brandon McCatherine. Huge honor for me.
Brenda, you were the best one, and I'm gonna.
Yes! Oh my God, I am the
And
winner.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
You didn't skip the okay, guys, which is part of the huge honor for me.
Thank you.
You also, I need to move the camera a little bit, and you also use your arms to say, "Okay, guys, I'm here." So there's a system for it, and you reach every point. But
I got that Sharingan eye.
So does everybody know Naruto?
Story of the huge honor for me. I think you guys will like to hear. So that happened organically. So we started making a bunch. I started my YouTube channel and I started filming with a bunch of guests, right? So if everybody would film, I would always say like, "Okay, guys, I'm here today for this guy. It's a huge honor for me," and I was really mean that, like, it was a pleasure to be with that person. You know how when you meet someone that you never met before, you are on the mat with that person. It's fun, like it's kind of like a pleasure. So I would always say
experience.
And I didn't even notice that I was saying the same thing on every video. And then you might know about that on social media. Like as many comments as you get on any post, higher is the chance that your video is gonna go viral. Right? That's how it kind of works. As many comments and likes and views or whatever. So I started noticing on YouTube that I had more comments about huge honor for me than about the video. I was like, what the hell? Like everybody was commenting like, huge honor for me. This is a huge honor for you. I guess it was a huge honor for him. And then I had two questions. Like, should I keep doing it or should I stop doing it? And then I was like, man, if it's making fun for them and this and that, I'm going to keep doing it. And I started doing it on every single video to the point that I forgot on 1 or 2 videos. And because I forgot, there was a bunch of comments like, yeah,
Where was it?
So
you made the right call. It was a great branding
keep
move,
going,
honestly.
yeah.
It was a genius branding move.
Yeah, now I enjoyed that. I was not like, I didn't think about it. And I didn't plan that. So don't think I'm that smart. But that happened, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep going, and now I say on every single video, so it's fun.
That was perfect.
That is fun.
And it is a huge honor for me to have you here also.
No, thank you, Brandon.
So I want to hear about the origins of BJJ Fanatics. Like, what made you decide to make a move as a businessman and specifically towards BJJ Fanatics?
Okay, yeah. So I think like to talk about BJJ Fanatics, I gotta almost talk about when I started Jiu-Jitsu, like, because I started Jiu-Jitsu when I was 14 years old, and I was from that type of family that is only 3 jobs, like you're either gonna become a doctor, or you're gonna become an engineer, or you're gonna become a lawyer, like there's no other job, you do one of those 3 things in life. And then when I started Jiu-Jitsu when I was 14, it was kind of like a huge risk for me, because I was the only one going outside of that. And Jiu-Jitsu in Brazil at that time was not very well seen, like it was kind of like the bad boy thing, blah, 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 blah. So I was always very worried about my future, like since day one, like, man, I decided that I would do this for a living, and I gotta do this well, like I gotta at least be able to pay my bills and have a comfortable life. So during my entire Jiu-Jitsu career, I was always thinking, like, what else I'm gonna do, like, and is it having a Jiu-Jitsu school? Is it building something else, starting something? So I always had that in mind, right? And I thought 80% would tell me that I would end up having a Jiu-Jitsu school, and I would work really hard for that, and blah, blah, blah. So then when I was competing in black belt, I was winning the tournaments and that, one other company made one instructional video for me, made me an offer, let's put it like that. And then at the same time, Michael Zenga,
Yeah.
he was making some DVDs here and there as a side job thing, like, and he was enjoying, and he was having like some sort of success with that and this and that. And then he made me an offer too. And I rejected his offer. And
Oh no, he lowballed you. Dang it, Zenga.
No, because I was already like 2 days left to sign the paper with the other company.
Yeah.
Both offers were kind of similar. And then I was like, man, I already went through with this company here. I'm gonna work with them. And then he was like, oh man, no problem, I understand. And maybe I got a little bit too late, blah, blah, blah. But anyways, I'm a big fan of what you do. I love your half guard. I love your over-under. And I would love to learn from you somehow. So why don't you come here and teach a seminar? I organized the seminar for you here in Boston. And if your wife doesn't come, you sleep in my house, and then next day you teach me a private in the basement. He had a mat area in the basement, which you saw. And then I was like, okay, let's do it. And then I came to Boston. I was living in New York City, teaching and training at Marcellus. I came here. Coincidence, my wife didn't come to that seminar. She was going to every single seminar with me at that time, and she didn't go to that one. So it's one of those like life coincidences, because if my wife went, I would stay in the hotel. I would not stay.
Yeah.
So I stayed at Michael's house. And Michael, he's an entrepreneur, like, so, and some of his past business involved digital marketing at somehow, like either like to drive traffic to his local thing that he had, or so he knew a little bit of online marketing, like. And then on that night, we went to sleep like 5 a.m. and he was literally like opening the computer and showing me everything he used to do, right? And I was fascinated by that thing, because in my mind I was like, man, I'm a professional jiu-jitsu fighter. What that means, I'm gonna make a disclaimer here. If someone says that he's a professional jiu-jitsu fighter and he trains 8 hours per day, it's a 99% chance that he's lying. Nobody trains 8 hours per day.
For real.
There are some exceptions. For example, Mike Musumeci, I know he does. And that's true. And he's not lying. So that's why I'm not
crazy.
100% sure. I'm putting like 99% sure. So at that time, I was training probably like 3-4 hours per day, right? And really intense. And I had all my day free, like that. I would normally go to some Starbucks, take my phone, and see Brandon's life on Instagram, see Lindsey's life on Instagram. I was doing nothing, like. So Michael started telling me. Michael was like, Bernardo, the only reason I know you, it's not because you were world champion. I had no idea you were world champion. I had no idea who you were. The only reason I know you is because I watched one of your matches on YouTube against DJ Jackson, and you beat him very well with your half and your over under. And that's why I know you. And that's why I wanted to learn from you. So it's not because you're world champion. It's because YouTube. So I was like, huh, that's interesting. And he was like, how many more Michaels there are out there, you know, like that had no idea who you are, but because YouTube, because Instagram, because Facebook, because, and then Michael's like, if I were you, I would start promoting yourself better on all these channels, you know, like, and I was like, Michael, I don't know anything about it. And he was like, oh, that's easy. You can study about it. Like, you can read books and so that's how we kind of started. Like, I was reading a ton of books and I was watching a ton of videos about how to build audience, how to build Instagram, build Facebook, build YouTube, build this, build that, how to run ads to it. And then it was funny because Michael started calling me almost every day to ask half-word questions. And I would call him almost every day to tell him about my experiments. You know, like, oh man, I got 20,000 followers on Facebook page. I got this amount of followers over here. I run the ad that you suggest me for my Facebook and I got 3 seminars. And then like we were talking pretty much twice a day, right? Like he was calling to ask half-word questions. I was calling him to tell about my stuff. And then he was like, man, there's something here. Like, you were world champion. Everybody knows who you are. Everybody likes you. You know how to run traffic pretty well, pretty good now. So why don't you start one website? I understand about business, Michael said. Like, and why don't you start one website? You do the traffic. You are the face of the website, and I do the business side here too. And that's kind of how it started, you know, like, and at first was BJJ Super Deals.
I remember that. I bought some stuff off BJJ Super Deals back in the day.
Then we had BJJ Super Deals and BJJ Fanatics, and then we integrated both, and now it's only BJJ Fanatics. And like, but yeah, so in 5 or 10 minutes, this is the story, you know, like, and so again, it was organically too, you know, it was nothing like was just happening, and yeah.
I think most of the population is like he was describing, like they don't know who the world champions are, and they don't know, you know, all of these tournament winners, and you know, we in the jiu-jitsu community place so much importance on those kind of things, but old dad of 3 children over here walking into the jiu-jitsu school that's gonna either purchase a membership or buy your stuff online is not gonna know, you know, all of your accolades. They're going to know, oh, well, I searched jiu-jitsu on YouTube and you're popping up all over the place. You must be really good and really popular.
That's how I tricked everybody. So I knew when so I went up to Boston to film my rubber guard set with you guys, which is done pretty well, by the way.
It's done pretty well.
Yeah. So
because
high five, Bernardo, making that money together, baby. Go ahead. What were you about to say?
Was that?
Oh, sorry. So yeah, I went up to Boston to film my BJJ Fanatics set, and I was like, so Bernardo, who runs your Facebook ads? And you're like, I run the Facebook ads. And I went, oh, Bernardo's a G in business too. Because Facebook ads, it's not super complex, but it's a really big hurdle for a lot of business owners. Like either they don't understand it or they don't take the time to understand it, but it's a huge important part of running a business now. And so when I knew, because I knew whoever ran the Facebook ads for you guys was really good at it.
Yeah,
and so I was like, oh, I got to find out who this guy is. I want to try
get some tips.
Yeah, see what's going down. And Bernardo was like, I run the Facebook ads. I'm like, oh, okay.
I really studied. I love learning. I love learning. That's my main thing in life, you know, like about anything, you know, like, so I love reading. I love watching instructionals about different subjects. So yeah, and we worked with a bunch of different agencies and people, but at the end of the day, you know your business more than anybody else, you know, like, so it was easier just myself to run. But
and way cheaper for you to write it than paying somebody $2,000 a month just on retainer to make it happen, you know, to manage it.
Yeah. And the way we work, like I have 2 partners, right? 2 Michaels, and we split what each one has to do very well, you know, like, so that's very helpful because
that's a huge part of how we run so I teach the classes, I build the curriculum, and then I run the online side of the business. But anything here at the gym, Lindsey is in charge of
Yeah.
all of that. I'm totally hands off. I just let her do whatever she
Yeah.
wants to do.
That-
out
Yeah,
there.
like you were talking about, I'm the administrator, I can handle all the organization and that kind of stuff. It sounded like you guys had a really good partnership.
Yeah, no, and that's the best thing. And I bet that many times Lindsey asks your opinion on stuff, and you ask her opinion on stuff. So that's the best way to do it. Each one does his thing, but you guys also communicate and help each other.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so I want to get into jiu-jitsu. I want to dork out on jiu-jitsu a little bit.
There you go.
So I want to know, what was your best moment, your happiest, or like your most like movie moment in jiu-jitsu that didn't involve winning the world title? So you can't count winning the worlds, but what's that moment that when you think back to it, it brings you the most joy in your career? It doesn't have to be competitive either. It could be anything related to jiu-jitsu.
I'm gonna need to cheat a little bit the answer here, and I'm gonna involve the word title, but in a different way here. So
I'll allow it.
I think,
give him a coin.
no, I think one moment that I always remember and was very important in my career is that, as I told you, like I came from that type of family that nobody believed on what I was doing, and I didn't believe in myself either, And I was from a small town in Brazil, in Minas Gerais, in one state, and there was no world champions in my gym, as I believe like most of the listeners right now, right? Like
for sure.
There was no world champions on any belt, So I was the first one trying to become something, And that was pretty much like myself and my instructor, which was not a famous instructor. It was a regular jiu-jitsu instructor, which is like one of my favorite people in the world, The name is Ricardo Marques. And then, and I was climbing up the ladder with him, as a juvenile, I got second in the worlds, but juvenile is much easier than adult, And then when I was adult, purple belt, I won the world's open class, training under him in my hometown, without believing that would ever be possible. I would see like, oh, whoever wins the purple belt open class in the world's gotta be training the best jiu-jitsu school in the planet. And so that day was kind of like, okay, I can do this. I proved to myself and to everybody around me that I could become something. And that day, I still remember as it was today. I was literally like asking myself if I was dreaming, because I never believed that I could go there and win the world's open class purple belt, which purple belt's normally one of the most competitive belts in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, so many purple belts.
Yeah, so even nowadays when I look backwards, I was like, I won that training in Juiz de Fora in Minas Gerais with my instructor. There was no crazy tough training partners, so that was very special, so that was probably like the most special day of my entire career, if we put everything in perspective, because when I was training at Alliance, Fábio Gugel, São Paulo, and I had won the worlds as a purple belt, I was young, I was black belt. At that time, I was like, man, if I'm in this environment, sooner or later I might be able to do it, and but not in my hometown. It was a surprise for me, let's put it like that.
That was the moment that made you start to believe.
Yes, and
that was the origin story right there.
Yes, kind of. Yeah.
Who's the best jiu-jitsu player that you've ever been on the floor with that nobody's ever heard their name?
That nobody has ever.
Yeah, they never really competed, or maybe they never competed at all, and
so
people outside the gym don't know them.
Yeah, so for example, there was a guy in my hometown, which is one of my best friends too. And his nickname is Caxambu. It's the name of his style. And when I'm telling you that there was no world champions in my hometown, there was one guy that he was a Brazilian nationals juvenile champion. So that was my mirror, I was like, I gotta be like him, And I had never won the Brazilian nationals champion that time. So, and he was really tough, And for example, I do the over-under and I pass from the knees, right?
Yeah.
He would always pass from the knees too, but he would always do the double under, not the over under.
Yeah.
So he is one person that And then he did well, like in tournaments. Like I think he beat Durin once, Gilbert Burns, or
Oh,
he
wow.
beat Finfo, I don't remember. I don't. If it was one of or either Finfo or Gilbert Burns when he was purple belt. But and he's one of my best friends, you know, like, and so he was probably one of them, you know, like. If you pull guard to him, he would come with double under, both knees on the ground. There was no way to do anything, you know. Like. And I think that's where I started thinking, like, I got to pass around the knees too. But double under was never, like, my thing, you know. Like, so I think then came the over-under.
Yeah, well, probably because of the way you like to sweep, right? Like you pull guard, and then you get into deep half, and then the most logical option after a deep half, the easiest and most available options, those over-under passing, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when you're playing no-gi, so I know you still use all that game in no-gi, obviously, but what are some of the things that just absolutely don't translate over about your game to no-gi where you got to make changes?
I think like one thing that hurts me a little bit is that a lot of my sweeps especially involve lapels, right?
Right. Yeah, you reach up under the hip and get
I
the
grab the lapel in the single leg, I grab the lapel in the deep half guard, and then there's no lapel. You know, like, what do I do? And, so that was like a transition that took me a while to understand. You know, like
how did you solve that problem?
I was adapting. You know, like so on deep half guard, instead of doing the sweep, grabbing the lapel, I would either like just turn very quick towards the guy's leg in the same direction, or do the one I call like the Turkish Garrop, which doesn't lapel. And then in the single leg, I started doing wrestling. And
that helped a lot. Yeah.
If you're good on wrestling dash single leg, you don't need the lapel. You know, like the lapel was a cheating way that I found because I didn't have any wrestling. You know, if I had the wrestling.
Oh, that's a super interesting statement. So you feel like, do you feel like that's true across the board? That
wrestling solves the lapel problem.
That wrestling solves some of the gripping that jiu-jitsu incorporates.
I think like we can't generalize that, right?
Okay, sure.
Those type of guards that people are playing now, right? Like lapel loss, wrestling is not gonna help.
Oh yeah.
But I think anything related like single leg lapel, yeah, I think if you're the best wrestler in the world, you might not need the lapel, you know, like you just need
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. I got too many questions to get him out. I got to pick which ones I want to use here. All right. Okay, here we go. So you're known for having the deep half, over under, passing, the omoplata. You had like a really, really tight competition game, right? Like you had a tight system. So talk to us about the importance of having a tight system for competition. But then after that, what is it that you're really, really great at in the gym that you never really got to show off in competition?
Okay. No, that's a good one. Okay, so the first question was like the importance of having some sort of system, right? And I do think it's really important. Like when I think about the biggest jiu-jitsu legends, most of the 80% of them have some sort of system. You know, like if you start thinking about like I don't know, like you think about like the Mendes brothers, they have the Berimbolo de la Riva leg drag type of guard. Then you think about the Miao brothers, the Cobrinha spider guard. Miao brothers is that thing. Gordon Ryan, you kind of you picture him fighting, right? Like when you think about him, you kind of know what's coming. You know, like Mike Musumeci, you kind of know what's coming. You know, like and even Eddie Bravo, right? Like you know, it's the rubber guard, right? Then I think there are exceptions, but the exceptions is the less than 20%, right? So for example, I would put Lucas Lepre as one exception. You know, like he's gonna play butterfly, he's gonna play spider guard, he's gonna play half guard. On top, he's gonna do pressure passing, he's gonna do Toriano, he's gonna do half guard.
Everything. He does everything. He's good at everything.
But then like Buchecha is another exception, you know, like But then you think about like Roger Gracie, you know what's coming, you know, like there's a system, you know, like. So I think the majority of the very best players, they had some sort of system, you know, like. And then there are the exceptions that was kind of like, I play your game, you know, like, and I'm gonna beat you on your game, you know, like. But
Yeah.
I think it's more like exceptions, you know, like it's not like the overall. So I do think it's very important to have a system. And now I forgot the second question.
The second question was, what's something that you're great at in the gym, or like you love
Yeah.
to hit rolling, but we never really got to see you do it in competition, maybe once or something?
Believe it or not, like I didn't use the omoplata that much. Like I use it probably like 5 or 10 matches, you know, like, and I think my omoplata became kind of well known because at some point I was teaching a lot of jiu-jitsu seminars, and because I was competing, I always wanted to. When I was teaching jiu-jitsu seminars, I was teaching the technique, and in the end, I was rolling. And I think everybody wanted to roll because I was in the top of the. I think nowadays nobody would want to roll with me anymore.
Lindsay said she's trying to get some.
I think nobody would want to. But at that time, I was winning the tournaments, so I always felt that in the seminars they wanted to roll. You know, they wanted to feel how it is to train with the world champion. You know, like. So I wanted to use that time to improve my jiu-jitsu as well. So I would go to a seminar and I would put in my mind that I would roll with everybody and omoplata everybody. And I did that on more than like
That's insane.
20 or 30 seminars, jiu-jitsu seminars.
That's so insane.
And yeah, but so I think that's kind of like when everybody started talking about my omoplata, you know, because I didn't think about it, but it was a great marketing way as well, because in the seminar I would teach the over-under and deep half guard, and then in the sparrings I would only do omoplata, and then in the end of the seminar I would be nice to everybody, blah blah. The organizer would come to me and say, "Hey, when are you gonna come back to teach the omoplata?" So it was good. It was working well, you know. And
Dude, that's a great branding tool.
Yeah.
yeah, and I was making a living at that time teaching jiu-jitsu seminars, you know, like, so it was very important for me to go to one place, make sure that everybody loves it, and call me back again, you know, like. And so the omoplata helped me a lot.
You know what? You know, just what you just said right there. I think there's a lot of jiu-jitsu, a lot of people who are on the seminar circuit, who are coaches or whatever, that need to really hear what you just said. Is like, you felt like it was your job to make sure everybody learned it well and had a great time. It wasn't the Bernardo show. It was the show for the students.
Exactly. No,
Talk about how important that part of your jiu-jitsu is,
No,
because you're known to be such a great guy, you know.
Yeah, no, and I can give you examples, and again, you can't fake that, you know, like, if you're gonna show up, if you are an asshole and you're gonna show up as an asshole, don't try to be nice, because it's gonna be hard
It's
to
fake. Yeah,
gonna
it's
be
fake, man.
right?
But for example, there was a long time of my career, my 80% of my revenue was seminars, right? So I would go to Europe, for example, to teach a seminar. And in my mind, I was not going there only to teach the seminar. You know, I was also going there to hang out with everybody, you know, like, because if the seminar is 12 to 2, you show up 12 and you leave 2, most of the times they're expecting more of you. You know, like, they want to go lunch with you after the seminar. They want to talk with you before the seminar.
Those are the moments we really remember too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to remember some of the things you showed in the seminar, but let's be honest, I'm going to forget most of it. And then half of it, I'm not even going to be able to replicate anyway, you know.
But I'm going to remember that conversation we had at Chili's.
But I might remember the tip you gave me at dinner. Exactly. The tip you gave me at dinner about tightening up my competition game. I remember when we went to dinner with Bernardo, and he was, you know what I mean? Like, those are the moments when Jean-Jacques Machado told me one time that the best jiu-jitsu happens after class.
Right,
on the side of the mats.
Yeah, and that makes sense. Yeah, so I always had that in mind, you know, like, and it's my job to go there and to be nice to everybody, to be polite to everybody, and to show them a great jiu-jitsu. At the end of the day, that's what they're paying for. But if I do that, they will call me back again. They're like, and then I remember that when I was leaving São Paulo and everybody was going to Europe, US to teach seminars and that, there were other jiu-jitsu instructors, of course I'm not going to mention names,
no
that would visit the same school that they visit, and the instructor would tell me, "Oh, we brought this guy, but we're never going to bring him again." You know, like 1 minute after the class, he went to his hotel, he didn't hang out with anybody, and he was not answering questions very
And
well.
no gratefulness to be a part of something like to me, jiu-jitsu is really special, man. Like the community is really, really special. The things that jiu-jitsu's done for me and for my wife and for my family, for my children, for my friends, for my life, like it means a lot to me.
Yeah.
And so when I get an opportunity to sit and do jiu-jitsu with you, I feel like we're breaking bread together.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, and so it means a lot I'm happy to be here, dude. Are you kidding me? I'm here to serve you, not the other way around.
I'm 100%. And I think like you either do it or you don't, you know. So for example, nowadays I'm busy with all the websites and this and that. So I don't have too much time. So I'm pretty much not making seminars. But if I decide, if I do the seminar, I'm going to show up there and I'm going to do all that thing again, you know, like, because I'm not going to, you know, like, I think if you do it right, you know, like show up on time, be nice to everybody, stay extra time. And my seminars were 2 hours and would end up being like 3.5, you know, because everybody would take pictures with everybody. And if we put like lunchtime, breakfast times and that, it's 2-day seminar, you know, like almost like and that's how it was. And I enjoyed that time and it was super fun. And but I think if you do it, you got to do it right, you know, like that's one of my main things, you know. Like.
I totally agree. Well, that's why you're a world champion. That's why you're a super successful businessman. That's why you talk great seminars. You're a man of excellence. Like, is that something that was always inside of you, or is that something that you got from being a martial artist? Because I don't feel like that was always part of, like, I always wanted to be nice to everybody, but I don't know that I was always the kind of guy who like did my best and strove for excellence. But I learned how to do that off of martial arts.
I think in my case, Brandon, was the way I was raised. You know, like I raised seeing my dad leaving my house 8 a.m. and coming back home 8 p.m. and working all day long. And I also saw my mom, like I have 2 brothers, so we're 3 kids, and my mom did everything for us, you know, like over than she could, you know, like she would drive us here, drive us there, pick up the other one there, go do this, go do that, bring to the doctor, blah blah blah, like 24 hours, 7 days a week, 30 days a month. And so when you have that example, you don't want to do less than that, you know, like. And my mom always told me as well, since I was a kid, like anytime someone asks you to do something, do what they ask it and do something else, you know, like do a little more, you know.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. You always do a little more than what you were requested. Everybody's gonna love what you do, you know, like. And so I always try to do that. If I have to teach a seminar, how can I do more, you know, like, oh, go lunch with everybody, stay extra, roll with everybody. So that's kind of how I always try to live my life, you know, like.
That's why everybody loves you, Bernardo. That's why you're like honestly one of the most loved figures in jiu-jitsu. So I really mean that, man. Just a couple of times I've gotten to be around you, it's been a genuine pleasure, man.
No, I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
All right, so I got 2 more hard-hitting questions, and then we're out of here. We're going to hit your mark. Are you ready? Okay, number 1. Number 1, what's the funniest movie of all time?
Funniest movie? Brandon, man, I don't watch so many movies. Like, I'm horrible with movies. Like,
but you have seen a funny movie before, Bernardo.
Funny movie.
I'm pinning you down here.
If I tell you that watch movie, I don't watch.
All right, okay. I'll accept this instead.
Yeah,
I'll accept. What's the greatest band of all time?
Greatest band? Yeah, I like.
Yeah, who's your favorite band?
I like U2.
U2. That's a pretty good answer. That's not a bad answer. What's your favorite U2 song?
I like Linkin Park.
Linkin Park. All right, I'm gonna let you slide on because you say U2. You better be glad you're a 6-time world champion or 9 times or whatever it was.
No, I answer your question. So U2, I love With or Without You.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite U2 song for sure.
And Linkin Park, I like In the End. And what's the name?
I know that one.
I forgot the name of the other one, but I used to listen Linkin Park before my jiu-jitsu matches. Can you believe that?
That was your get pumped song. That was about the time, when you were winning all those titles. That was about the time that song was popular.
Yep,
it was bumping.
Yeah.
All right, Bernardo. Listen, man, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to come on. Is there anybody you want to shout out or talk about your social media where we can find you?
Yeah, no, I'm all over social media, so you guys can always check. And also make sure to check BJJ Fanatics, the website that they have you beating and putting our lives on it. And Brandon, I want to thank you for inviting me and also for all you do. Like, I think I always tell everybody, like, if every jiu-jitsu fighter and jiu-jitsu instructor do what you are doing, jiu-jitsu would be much bigger, you know, like, and
Thank you.
a
man.
lot
That
more
means a lot
people
to me.
would know what jiu-jitsu is, would love jiu-jitsu. So I really look to guys like you and everybody who's really like putting content to help the community as a champion. You know, like it's you guys are a champion on your own way. You know, like so. I really appreciate everything you do.
Man, that legitimately means a lot to me. I'm gonna remember that, man. Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's true. I'm not like making this up.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
All right, Bernardo. Thank you so much for coming on, man.
Yeah, thank you, Lindsey. Thank you, Brandon.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
All right, so there you go. Bernardo Faria. Is he, I mean, for
The
real,
nicest guy ever.
one of the nicest people you've ever talked to in your whole life?
Yes.
What a great dude. So, Bernardo, if you're still hanging on, you can sign off. We're going to keep the show going for just a little bit. I'll shoot you a text later. Thank you so much, man. What do you think, Keelan? How's that silver feel on the Bernardo impression contest?
Just
How
I'm
about
glad I'm not last, you know.
how about we
Dude, somebody
Hey,
out
How
here
about-
was a hard last.
how about we choose a contest that Brandon is gonna be the best at?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
he's like, what am I really good at? Impressions. Okay, let's have an impression contest.
But what else? What other kind of contest you going to open up when you
I
have
don't
Bernardo,
know.
dude?
I don't know.
That was a pretty good open. I got to say he's never opened an interview like that before. I can tell you that.
Probably not.
All right. Well, so what's going down in the world? So, we're about to go to Costa Rica.
Yeah.
We leave tomorrow for Costa Rica we're going on the Dream
That's
10P.
tomorrow.
I know, dude. I cannot believe I'm leaving again.
Well, we're going somewhere first though.
Oh, that's right. We actually we fly to Austin tomorrow.
Yeah.
To stop off in Austin for the final PGF qualifier. We'll be making we've almost got listen, I'll give you a little breaking news here. We almost got the roster finalized. I'm just waiting to see what happens in Austin, but I got my list. I've already started sending out a couple of invites to a couple of the officials. So we definitely got Elijah Carlton, 100% he's in.
Okay.
We definitely got Caleb McAllister,
Whoa.
100% he's in.
That's awesome.
That's what I'll say for now.
Okay, just two.
That's what I'll say for now. We got a couple of other ones that are locked in, but I don't want to announce it just yet.
Okay.
So what you think, Keelan? You getting pumped for season 3, dude?
I am.
I'm starting to get kind of excited now.
It's
I have
gonna
to be
so
honest
much
with you.
fun.
I've been having a lot of dread about it because it's so much work.
I
But
think
it's fun too. And especially like once we get started and we're already in like work mode,
Yeah.
then it's like, okay, let's go.
I feel so much better about this season just because we're so much more prepared
Yeah.
with having done it twice, knowing what we need.
We got the
having what
gear
we
now.
need.
We got the gear we need now.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
I'm trying to con TJ DeSantis into coming over for the week to do so he would be what we're gonna do, we're gonna have 2 desks each night. So just like the UFC has the commentary desk and the Megan O'Leary, not Karen Bryant desk.
Yeah.
Karen Bryant, she has a couple of fighters on there with her. So you kind of throw it to them pre-fight and post-fight. We're going to have that. So Lindsey is going to be leading. This is if TJ makes it. If TJ makes it, he's going to lead the commentary team with Scaff.
Mm-hmm.
And then Lindsey is going to lead the PGF Tonight desk. So she'll be doing the pregame and postgame stuff. And then I got a couple of folks that are going to be on there as well. So we're trying to do it right, man. I think it's going to be pretty exciting. So yeah, I'm starting to get jazzed up.
I can
You
see.
can see my legs.
The
starting to go.
twitching. The twitching has started.
Well, I started my day with Pearl Jam.
I know.
It just makes a difference. That's my tip for you kids out there. Start your day with some Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
You got a little sadness in your life.
Just turn on some Pearl Jam
Turn on some Pearl Jam.
because their songs aren't sad.
Well, hey man,
They're pretty sad.
Hey,
Their
man,
lyrics
back
are
up.
sad.
back up. But the rock and roll
Okay.
makes me feel good.
I know, but if you actually listen to the words.
Yeah, you got to pick the right one.
Okay.
Listen, we're not trying to get on Better Man to open the day. You know what I mean?
No.
Let's get Corduroy.
Okay.
Let's open up with Corduroy. Let's go to Last Exit.
All right. But then after Austin, so from Austin,
You're
we
just gonna-
fly
We were
to,
talking about Pearl Jam just
yeah,
now.
I know, but I could tell that everybody was done with Pearl Jam.
They need to know a couple of more Pearl Jam songs to start their day. So I'm
I
just
think
gonna
they
give
could
them a
just
few
look it
more.
up, right?
But they don't have somebody to guide them. I'm an expert.
To which ones
I'm an
they
expert
should listen
at Pearl
to?
Jam. Would you agree with that?
Probably, yeah.
I'm a Pearl Jam expert. One time when me and Lindsay were dating, we were in college,
Okay.
and listen, you know how it is in college. You're straight broke. And some of the guys had tickets to Pearl Jam, and they were like, Brandon, we have an extra ticket. Do you want to go? You don't have to pay for it. I said, huh? Yeah, I want to go. And then something happened and the guy ended up going. He took the ticket anyway. And so I was so sad and heartbroken that I forgot Lindsay's birthday. Is that true or false?
So he calls me. So he tells me that he's going somewhere on my birthday. And so I don't say anything. I'm like, okay, I'm fine.
This is
And
before I
then-
realized what a big deal your birthday was to you, though,
And
in my defense.
yeah, because girls don't care about their birthdays. Is that special that I care about my birthday? Like that's different.
No,
I thought everybody does
I'm
that.
just trying to make myself feel better.
Okay. Then so I was like, okay, cool. He has plans, so I'll go do something else. And then then he calls me on my birthday. So like he's completely forgot
Yeah,
that
totally
that I
forgot.
had a birthday.
Yeah,
And then so he calls me and he's so sad. He's like, this guy left. He was gonna give me a ticket and now I don't get to go see Pearl Jam. So he's like
I'm
being a
looking for
sad
comfort,
sack.
Yeah.
Right. And like he hadn't even told me happy birthday. I mean, we had a long distance relationship when we were in college. So this is all over the phone. And yeah. And so he's wanting me to feel sorry for him and like pet him and stuff. And like,
But in my defense, though, I
calling me
did
on my
just miss out
birthday.
on Pearl Jam tickets.
I know.
So you gotta see where I'm coming from on this one.
Yeah. Well, he hasn't forgotten my birthday since.
That's right. It's a big deal now, buddy. We've been together a long time. That was a long time ago. A long time.
That was over 20 years ago.
what, 1998?
I don't
That was 1998.
No.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Yes, it was. It was my freshman year. Because I barely knew those guys. I couldn't tell you who it is right now. So I just remember there were some dudes
was
from Epsilon.
98 or 99, maybe.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you're about to try to change the subject
And
on Pearl
then,
Jam.
then from Austin,
Do
we
the evolution
fly
open the day.
to Costa Rica.
Yeah, we're going with so who else is going to Costa Rica? Me, you, Joe Kai,
Yeah. Elkins.
Elkins and Elkins,
Yeah.
Stephen Aiken,
Yeah.
and girls too, like all their
Mary's going to be there.
their partners. Mary, who else is Kyle
Justin.
Chambers,
Yes. Justin
Justin
from our
Young
gym.
from our gym is going. Yeah, and then there's like a bunch of other people going too.
Yeah.
So
But it'll be a bunch of people we know. So that's
yeah,
cool too.
that's gonna be sick. It's gonna be the best part is that I can't roll or do jujitsu on any level. I'm gonna be there with all these
All right.
fun jujitsu people,
I found out that
and I can't do it. Had wrist surgery. I'm out.
we're going to do surfing lessons.
Yeah, I'm not.
You get to
I'm gonna be
you get to
filming y'all do
video
surf
me.
lessons.
trying to surf.
Oh, I can't wait for that. I'll tell you what I am gonna be doing a lot of laying
Wait.
down.
Will it be better
the
or
water.
worse than my impression of Bernardo?
What
The surfing.
you're surfing? It'll be
surfing.
better than your.
It's going to be
Bernardo
better.
impression.
Okay.
All right, and in all seriousness, Keelan, and I want you to be honest. Could anything be worse than her Bernardo impression? That was, you were like, yeah, I'll go first.
Well, I had to get it over with. Keelan said I didn't want to go first, and I knew you were going to go last because you were going to.
Because I was going to
come
win.
in and like, oh, just sweep us.
And
all.
I've been practicing too, because I knew it was coming.
Mhm.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah, so I was like, might as well get my heckle out of the way for today.
Timothy, how's the strumming? Strumming for the guitar? I can't strum. I can like small movements, like the pick. I can play with the pick, or I can pluck the strings, but I can't like strum through and play hard. So I can still play though. Piano I can't do too much, like because it hurts. Just the hand positioning hurts. But I can do a little bit with the guitar. Nothing with the drums. I'm gonna go back to singing a cappella, I think. Oh, I did listen to an a cappella record last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was my favorite one.
So for some reason,
we know.
for some reason, a cappella starts every time Brandon's car turns on.
They don't even know what. I mean, like there's a band. When I was growing up in the church and stuff, the group that I loved the best, and listen, I loved this group. A cappella is the name of the group, not the style of music, but the actual group. Yeah, like
and we would follow them. We would follow them though.
Well, hold on.
No,
I went to like 4 or 5 shows.
Ever?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's
Because
like,
I
maybe it
think
was
I
10.
went to like 2 or 3.
Okay, that's I think probably 5 times I saw him.
Okay.
Definitely not like way more than that. Anyway, I just love the reason I love them is not necessarily, especially now, not necessarily like the lyrics or whatever, but I love harmony and I love the a cappella arrangement. So I love to listen to a cappella music. That's a dorky little thing about me. There you go.
Yeah. So whenever Brandon turns his car on, it connects to his phone's music list, and the first one is an a cappella song. So like the kid and Brandon listens to his music so loud, the volume is always turned like way up.
Well,
so
you know why?
when you turn the
I'm
car
trying to
on,
get turned.
So when you turn the car on, then it's this religious a cappella music.
I'm ready to rock and roll, and then
and the kids are in the back seat going, my ears.
But the same song starts every time.
It's the worst.
It's not even. It's like one of the worst songs
you're
you'll
talking
ever
about
hear.
in his car.
It's the
Yes,
worst.
it's the worst song.
It's the worst to
ever.
me too, guys.
And so
Settle down.
Then Keller was like,
Stop trying to make it like Brandon loves that song.
why is that even on your song list?
Dude, Keelan, how hard do we try to get it off of that? We can't get it off the phone.
I did.
We can't make it stop
everything
playing.
in my technological power to try to make that.
We
not
can't
a
make
thing.
it stop.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's just your destiny.
Facebook user says, "Can we talk about Lindsey's arms? Do you have a permit for those things?" Well, we had to actually get
number 1.
we had to go and get global entry just to smuggle her across the border for Costa Rica.
How about we're jet setters now?
Dude,
I
I'm in
mean,
the Delta Sky.
We
Dude,
just
I'm
go.
platinum medallion, dog. What
We
you talking
just got
about?
back from Mexico.
Oh, you talking about when we went to Cancun and hung out for the
Yeah.
weekend? Jelly. Who's Jelly?
And then we're gonna go to Costa Rica.
Here's
in
the
a few
best
days.
part. This is my job.
Yeah, we're working.
This is also my job.
Yeah.
To sit and make fun
Talk
of
to
Bernardo.
Bernardo,
Yeah,
yeah.
We just straight mocked him at the front. That was
Yeah.
fun. Not in a mean way, in a loving way. It was loving mocking.
I got mocked.
You got mocked. That's correct.
I think it was just let's just make fun of Lindsey show. So
That's a good show.
it happens.
Dude, you
fairly
know how I feel
often.
about the crickets. Why the crickets, man?
That was just in remembrance of Lindsey's impression.
Why did you bring the crickets back, dude? You know I hate
He
the crickets.
downloaded them as soon as you said something
As soon as I
about
said
it
I
last
hate 'em.
time. Yeah.
The crickets I don't know why I respond to those noises, dude. He plays the crickets or the fart
It's the
noises
Same
or
reason why you love acapella music.
or the Price is Right loser noise. Don't hit it. I feel like, dang, he don't love me. But when he hits that coin,
Mhm.
let's go, champ. Let's go, champ. I'm ready to rock when I hear that coin. I get pumped on the coin. Speaking of the coin, how about that Bitcoin, y'all? Lindsey officially put in a request yesterday that she not have to hear any more about Bitcoin.
No, okay. Now listen.
Yes, and it feels good. I like when other people get pooted. And if they get a coin, I get mad.
You might know what it's like at my house, but okay. So I have to listen.
Just shaking his head.
I have to listen to all of you guys talk about crypto all day, and then when we go home,
I'm a crypto bear.
I have to listen to crypto YouTube and crypto podcasts because Brandon will not listen to earbuds. He won't put earbuds in his ears because one of them has cauliflower in it, or it's cauliflower ear, and he can't stick his earbud in there.
Thank you.
So the whole house has to listen to all these,
and I'm deaf, so it's loud.
Yes, and I can't stand two things going on at once. So I can't watch TV.
Stand one thing going on at once.
I can't watch TV while he's got a podcast going. So
that's it. That's the major difference between me and Lindsey right there. She can't stand two things going on at once, and I can't stand one thing going on at once.
You need to try those headphones that are like bone dents. They like
that
send vibrations through your bones.
He just needs to get some earphones like these.
They go on your temples.
Here's why I stopped wearing headphones, because I got the headphones on and people are trying to talk to me. The kids are trying to talk to me. And then they get mad that I got headphones on.
That's
you
the best
do
part
that
about the bone ones.
Same thing.
Of
to
course,
me.
I do the same thing, which is why I quit listening to headphones.
I can't read books anymore because
I come and bother.
Because if he walks into the living room and I don't put down my phone or stop the TV or
needy.
Stop reading a book, he comes and sits right next to me and goes like this.
Lindsey, is it so wrong to love you? Is that wrong?
No, it's not wrong.
All I want to do is love you, and this is what I get. Why don't you do your Bernardo impression again?
No.
So these, you could still hear people. They can still talk to you, but then you hear the music or podcast.
Yeah, but I gotta
through
look
your
like
head.
I'm on Star Trek.
Dude, you're at your house.
Yeah.
Which is even better reason not to wear a Star Trek
And
costume.
you're trying to sign up for the exoskeletons. You're
so
fine with
it
this.
vibrates on your ear.
It sends the vibrations through the bone in your head.
This is completely made up.
Dude, I think
It makes sense though, because your ear works on vibration.
Sean DeMars has some.
Oh God, no, I can't get them. I can't.
Way to go. Way to sell it there.
I can't acknowledge that Sean got anything right, even if they're the greatest thing ever.
Just saying.
Okay, I'll check them out. Despite you, Sean. Despite you having them. Actually, I'll probably just ask him how he likes it.
Yes, that'd be a good idea.
All right, we're killing it. That's it. That's
All
it
right.
for the broadcast today. Hope you guys enjoyed the interview. If you like interviews like that, let me know. And I mean, we got lots of cool people we can pull from. So I really enjoyed that. I thought that was fun.
Mhm.
How do you feel like? Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to like leave room for you to slide in there. I talk a little too much. So, and I had a couple of times I had to tell myself, stop trying to crack a joke while he's talking. You know, like give him some space and let him talk. But I kind of just kept wanting to crack jokes in the middle.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's a good thing because I'm not actually funny. So you don't want to crack jokes when you're not funny. www.brandonmc.ninja.